Quick, what's the most satisfying noise to hear in TF2? A crit? The victory theme? The kill streak sound? For me, it's this. There's always something satisfying about seeing your name at the top of the leaderboard with 4 medals next to your name, targets spread out throughout the enemy team's scoreboard. The domination system in TF2 is genius in so many ways it's surprising no other FPS game to date has decided to implement it. To see how great this system is, let's first look at why it was put in the game in the first place. In the developer commentary of TF2, Jeremy Stone has this to say about TF2's domination system.
The Nemesis feature adds an additional reminder that certain enemies are more significant than others. It creates a small negative reinforcement loop by giving players an opportunity to score extra points with a revenge kill.
Essentially, the domination system is a social feature that creates higher value targets to focus on and naturally creates rivalries. This adds a bit of story to certain matches and encourages interacting with other players. Maybe you ask the person who dominated you how they got good, call them lucky, or yell a racial slur at them. Maybe you join up with one of your teammates to make sure that one guy dies. After all, you do get a point for getting revenge. Speaking of the point economy, the domination system continues to encourage the player by providing points by either dominating a player or getting revenge. This is a great system to reward a player, as if you're doing well, you're going to have a few dominations under your belt. That means you get a few more bonus points for a good performance. If you finally take down that guy that's been killing you the whole game, it's extra satisfying. Not only have you killed that son of a gun that was seemingly unkillable, but you get an extra point to go with it. Once again, this encourages more interactions with the players on the server. But let's stop talking about social interactions and start talking about social status. Whenever you are dominating someone, you get a medal next to your name on the scoreboard along with a target next to the name of the guy you're dominating. On the flip side, when you're being dominated, there will be an icon next to a person that's dominating you to signify who you need to take down. To make this even easier, the same icon appears above the player character of the enemy, so you can distinctly see your target. One more detail is the medal next to your name has a number signifying how many dominations you have. All of this visual feedback is great in the way it shows everyone who's the biggest fish on the server. Teams now know which person knows how to win, and enemies know which person needs to be taken care of. It also adds to a general scoreboard hierarchy culture, that's going a bit to the wayside with the rise of less detailed scoreboards, but thankfully we still have TF2 to keep it going. However, we have yet to get to the best part of dominations. It's not related to what you see, but rather what you hear. Domination voice lines are single-handedly the second best thing in the entire game, being just right behind the characters that say them. Trash-talking your enemies after you body them is very satisfying, so why not add a system that does it for you? But it's not just talking down on the corpses you just made, it's about the comedy. A lot of these lines are very funny and will have you quoting them whenever the opportunity arises.
Scotland is not a real country! You are an Englishman with a dress! Well, off to visit your mother!
Lot of good that soldier training did ya? I'm drunk!
The fact that they made so many of these lines that a good amount of them will be missed by most people and still put everything into them shows how much they care about the characters in this game. Speaking of character, these voice lines add a ton more to a cast that already has a lot of it. You can find out a lot about the characters' interests, relationships, and overall personality from these short one-liners. With all these benefits from the system, you'd think modern class-based shooters would take notes and implement this system. Well, no. One of the reasons dominations aren't in modern games is simply how these games try to present themselves. TF2 is a more old-school shooter in almost every way, from the lack of features like sprint and ADS, to the higher time to kill, to the overall culture around the game. Older games were simply a bit edgier and irreverent, while modern games usually try to smooth out all the edges to try not to scare any potential customers away. This effect is more prevalent with the movement of hero shooters, as they focus more on inclusivity and diversity with their cast from across the world. With this focus on diversity and not leaving anyone behind, these developers are going to try to make sure nobody's feelings get hurt by some rude language. But in a cruel twist of fate, the games that emphasizes the most in Valorant and Overwatch also have not only the most toxic player bases, but toxic companies that are infamous for being terrible to work at there as a woman. It really goes to show that the people that try to seem the most acceptable often have some stuff to hide. The word woke is often used, but the usage of buzzwords here is punishable by death. It's a shame too, as a domination system can add so much characterization to casts that are severely lacking it. Hey, look at that! That's another video topic! In conclusion, the domination system is another reason why TF2 is simply superior. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you again. Peace.